It may not be obvious when you look at these phones from the front, but when you flip them around, you notice that the phone on my left is actually the HTC One E8, whereas the one on the right is the metallic HTC One M8. So what are the differences?
Well, both phones are pretty much identical in terms of specs. They've got the same Snapdragon 801 chip, they've got the same 5-inch Full HD display, they've got the same battery and the same front-facing stereo speakers, and most importantly, they've got the same software, which is Sense 6 running on Android 4.4. Even the motion gestures are supported here, which means you can double tap on the screen to turn it on. Apart from the material and the lack of TV remote feature, the main difference here is that the E8 uses the more conventional 13 megapixel camera. So yes, you will benefit from a higher resolution, but the camera is definitely slower and less efficient than its ultra-pixel counterpart. You may wonder what the plastic body feels like. Well, we can tell you that it actually feels surprisingly solid, and actually more so than the Desire H16. It also looks a lot better than the official renders. It looks like a crossover between the Butterfly series and the original HTC One, aka the M7. It's got some nice ergonomic curves on the back, so it does feel pretty nice in our hands. It's also worth pointing out that the E8 is just a tad taller and a tad thicker than the M8. Having said that, you can't share the dot view cases between the two devices. They have their own because of the slightly different contours. Last but not least, we were pretty fascinated by this special edition packaging, which is easily HTC's largest ever box for just a phone. And when you're done with it, you can actually keep it as a sort of a mood lamp, and it does look pretty nice at night. But going back to the phone itself, it's surprisingly nice given that it costs just half as much as the M8 in China. So it'll be interesting to see whether this price will translate to other countries.
Volpe here from Engadget. We're at Sony's booth looking at Project Morpheus. We gave you the first look of Sony's VR headset back at GDC, but this is once again